There is nothing worse for your health than boredom. However, it has given us a perfect opportunity to be creative and try something new. There are plenty of ways to make those moments more meaningful. At the end of this video, you will be happy to know the creative ideas of how to get rid of boredom. Here's a master list of the top 20 coolest things to do when you're bored. Before we begin, click that like button to inspire us. Also, subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell to be inspired by this type of ultimate fact. Make a playlist. People often enjoy different kinds of music. In fact, one person can listen to heavy metal and then turn to the classic Beethoven's Fifth Symphony. However, let's agree that we might not always be in the mood for every song on our playlist. That's why it is always a good idea to sort things out according to your preferred criteria. For example, everyone loves a good song in a car. By making a special playlist, you will always have all your favorite songs ready that both you and your friends can enjoy. Travel via Google Maps. Now this one can be really enjoyable. If you've never done this before, you can literally drop a little anchor wherever you want to go in the world. And then you can hit the satellite and it will show you what things actually look like, as if you were traveling the whole world from the comfort of your home. Adopt a new skill. Learn a new hobby or skill. If you're looking for cool things to do, you can always try to pick up a new skill. It can be in any niche you're interested in, like knitting, or maybe you want to learn how to moonwalk, juggle, or perhaps a magic trick. Engaging in a favorite activity helps restore physical strength, similar to the effects of sleeping or getting other forms of rest. It is essential to understand that a hobby gives energy of a completely different nature. The psychology here is closely intertwined with physiology. By taking up a hobby, you learn to listen to yourself and switch to who you are. Memory box. Do a memory box or scrapbook of your life. Whether a family photo, newspaper clippings, or other props, memory boxes include items that bring us back to a moment in time that we hold dear. A memory box can be simple, or it can become one of the most creative things you can do, depending on your preference. Ideally, it will be easy to access and pick up. You can store several items of reasonable shapes and sizes, and in this way fit all of your loved ones onto your lap or a small table. You can really play around with this one. Items stored in a memory box should be personal, like a baby's toy or postcard. The memory box could reflect the interests of a senior citizen or a moment in history that has meaning to that individual. Indoor photography. Playing around with indoor photography is another cool option if you don't know what to do when bored. I know what you're thinking, but I don't have a camera on hand. As important as it can be, the professional camera is not always necessary for taking a good picture. You don't need a fancy camera. You can make incredible photos and videos with your iPhone. And the key is that you just need to focus on lighting. Try to use as much natural light as possible. Movie marathon. This one is basic, yet a go-to if you don't know what to do when you're bored. You can go back to your favorite classics or find a list of must-watch movies. If you don't want to be looking for each film, you can try a popular series that includes several episodes like Harry Potter, The Lord of the Rings, and many others, depending on the genre. Learn to dance. Learn a new dance sequence online and then master it. Our bodies are supposed to move instead of spending all day without motion like we often do. Turn to this particular option when you really want to cure your boredom. If you want to learn to dance, first you need to decide on the dance style. Once you've decided on the style, learn the steps and begin to hone your skills. You can find videos of all different dance styles and watch them to choose the one you like. Yoga or meditation. Yoga is also one of the most popular things to do at home. Each person is unique, so there are quests and challenges in life. Yet some of the issues we face as human beings are quite universal. Scientific studies show that 90% of happiness does not depend on the external circumstances, but on how our brain processes whatever is going on in our life at any given moment. If that sounds unbelievable, let's just think of a time when we felt tired and, as a consequence, got irritated or unnerved by situations that were, in hindsight, not so bad. Redecorate your house. This can be really fun. Go ahead and move around your furniture. Use what you already have to create a whole new style, feeling, and energy in your home. You can make an improvised composition or make decorative pillowcases. Draw so-called number-by-number paintings. The canvas is divided into hundreds of small sections with assigned numbers of paint colors. You just need to paint them with the right color. Even a person without artistic skills can do that. Challenge yourself. Go technology or social media free for a day, or maybe more. I know this might sound frightening and just so unnecessary for some of you. However, social media blackout is becoming a bigger and bigger problem in our society, so think of it as a little challenge. If you're feeling extra courageous, you could try a full week. It could be cool if you could really go back to the Stone Age and turn off all your TVs, computers, Wi-Fi, and phone. Writing letters. While relaxing from your digital devices, you can take your time and dedicate it to writing letters or poems for the people that you love and care about. Just think about it for a minute. It really is a bad habit of us humans to forget to tell those important around us about our genuine feelings. If you're looking for things to do when you're bored, think about this one and remember about its positive impact. Spend some time in the bath. Take a long, hot bubble bath. Bathing has a long and detailed history. Submerging ourselves in water, whether in a bathing receptacle or a natural body of water, is something we do for both personal hygiene, leisure, and health. There is nothing more enjoyable than going for a swim in the ocean on a warm day or having a hot, fragrant bath in the cold winter months. If you're a drinker, pour yourself a nice glass of wine, or maybe make yourself a cup of tea and put on that playlist you made, or watch one of those favorite movies or TV shows. Even better, take your favorite book in with you. Try DIY. Pull out some arts and crafts and make some DIYs. There are a lot of DIYs to do when you're bored. For real, you can look stuff up on YouTube or find an article to guide you. It can be self-care stuff like oils, creams, masks, and it can be for your house, little planter DIYs, school supplies, or literally any other field you are interested in. Now, with this one, you are not limited to just your house. You can do some DIYs even at school. In case you have free time and are wondering what to do in class, you can always try some easy DIYs available everywhere on the internet. Start journaling. There are a lot of short and long-term benefits of journaling. Journaling is an incredible stress management tool. In fact, a study showed that expressive writing for only 15 to 20 minutes a day, 3 to 5 times throughout 4 months, was enough to lower blood pressure and improve liver functionality. Now, for those who find themselves stuck, staring fruitlessly at a blank page, first, ditch the guilt of not being consistent or instantly motivated. Simply start where you are. Journaling is not only on the list of things to do when bored, but it can also be very productive. Learn to cook. Learn how to cook. Or if you already know how to cook, you can always take time to treat yourself and prepare your favorite meal. Another option is to remember that there is always room for improvement. So try to master a recipe that you've never tried before. Out of all things to do when bored at home, cooking can be one of the most productive, fun, and useful. For beginners, master the basic cooking techniques: boiling, frying, stewing, baking, etc. Start with simple recipes. Do not try to cook immediately some super cool stuff with very specific ingredients. At the end of the day, the essence of cooking is to turn the most simple components into masterpieces. Research a subject. Now, if you are not in the mood of just fun things to do when bored, you can research something you've always wanted to look into. This could be things like astrology, your birth chart, quantum physics, how to be more eco-friendly, plant-based diets, or just things about the body, nature, or how to start a business, or basically anything you want to put your mind to. With the opportunities and broad source of information on the internet, there's almost no limit to the information you can find on any subject you can be interested in. So you can start researching things you have always wanted to know, but never had the time to ask. Look out the window. This may sound like an odd thing to do, but if you're wondering how to stop boredom, consider this one. It's actually one of the most therapeutic ways to meditate. Sometimes when you don't feel like meditating inwards, you can just literally sit in front of your window and watch the world pass you by. Watch the wind blow through the trees. Watch the people pass by if you're in the city, or just watch nature if you don't. You may actually see a lot of weird or funny things happening outside. Dive into reading. Reading is one of the best solutions to get rid of boredom. One of the things that people always want to have more time for is to read. Reread the Harry Potter series, Hunger Games series, classics, or maybe just go back to your favorites. This entertainment option is one of the cheapest ones, and if you are really into it, you will always have material on hand. Reading is one of the best ways to distract yourself from negativity, regardless of how much stress you have in your relationships, at work, or other issues of your daily life. It all merely slips away when you lose yourself in a good story. Dive into memories. Bring out some old childhood movies or videos from growing up, or crack open a photo album or anything of the sort. You can reminisce about your childhood, or in case you don't have things all in order, you can start collecting and reminiscing on the past and just taking a moment to feel appreciative of where you've been and where you've come from, and the memories that have brought you to where you are today. Listen to yourself. Give yourself or your soul something it might be asking for. It might not necessarily change your life, but sometimes we just need to get really quiet and sit and think about how we're feeling. And if there are any feelings inside of you that you feel are missing, what is this something your soul or body is asking for? Maybe it's just a hug from somebody you love, or you wish to change your hair up a little bit. Or perhaps you need that quiet, boring time at the moment. So the thing you can do is just be attentive to your needs and then just get to it. Did you choose your favorite one? Feel free to share some other great ideas in the comment section below. Like always, if you enjoyed it, be sure to give us a big thumbs up and leave us some love in the comment section. To keep up to date with all of our awesome videos, be sure to hit subscribe and turn your notifications on to never miss a thing. Until next time, do take good care of yourself.